slightly different video, sorry, position in whatever way it needs. Is we had not a lot of sales today. I thought we'd come outside and do some work in the garden. It's a little bit of a mess. Plus, every time we have a really quiet work time, we normally just sit outside, have a drink, have a barbecue. Today I had a wok on one of the pallets, and I need to season the guys. So to season the wok, I don't know if any of you done this or had the wok before. Basically means you burn the life out of this with the oil, and it's not a good idea to do this on the inside. So because we have luckily set up a barbecue, it's just there. The idea is you scrub this first with like a rough thing and the washed up liquid. You wash this in and out and scrub it out, and then you put the oil in the wok and you put this on the hob and keep sort of basically covering the hot oil on the inside of the wok so it becomes black and basically seasons. As you can see now, I don't want to do this inside for obvious reasons. It's smoking like a bitch. And the whole idea, I'm going to twist this around, hold on. Yeah, because you don't really want this. The fumes are not particularly great for the breathing in. But eventually the whole idea that the oil sort of burns on the outside of the wok and makes it black. I don't know how the when they sell the unseasoned woks, how do they expect you to season this on the inside of the house? You just can't. It's just too much fumes coming out. Even with using the proper just vegetable oil they want you to use, it's just too much of rubbish breathing in. So it's gonna take a while apparently. I know they say you do this bit at a time, but again, you cannot put a veggies in there. I've did something before and it's in and it goes rusty just as soon as, so it has to be burnt on for ages. So I'm gonna leave this guy for a bit, keep twisting and turning and splattering and hopefully not hurt myself, and we'll come back to this and see what's gonna happen to that after a little while. But yeah, the stench and the fumes, it's ridiculous. Excuse the barbecues on the angle because it's been raining a bit, so I'll come back to that later. We're still smoking, which is good. Just try not to breathe this in, but you can see it's getting darker. The whole idea is meant to go dark all the way. If you've ever seen any of those cooking programs, when they go to like Japan or China or Thailand, when they do the street cooking, all their woks are black on the inside, and this is the what you're trying to achieve really. Is basically apparently gives it flavor, and secondly yeah, exposed aluminium does not do well in any circumstances, especially when the acidic food touches that, i.e. like tomatoes or if you do curry sauce. So basically when it goes black, it kind of sticks in a coating and stops things sticking to it. So here we are, we're still going over and out. Here we are, it's been good 20 minutes I think. I'm just gonna keep slushing this around to get to the edges. You don't need to get really the top of the edges because, well, you never really fill the food up with it, and eventually the heat will get to that. But just burning all this stuff in the bottom. It's really gross and it really stinks, but well, apparently that's got to be done. Do you know what? They sell the woks for like 20-30 pounds. Nobody tells you you're gonna spend another bloody 30 pounds on the gas or electricity just to burn the bugger off. It's just crazy. And honestly, I would not suggest doing this inside this because that just stinks. I just open the patio doors and I can smell this right away. But we're due partial to having a bit of curry and cooking outside, so that's okay, but it's just like, come on. It's like, cook quicker, would you? Yeah, okay, I have to leave this for a bit. The oil's getting black and minging. Gross. Okay, over and out. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave this guy at that now. Oh, look at that, it's gone black. That's technically what we need. Okay. Right, I'm gonna turn this off now, let this cool down, and then I'm gonna baste it with oil some other time because I'm fed up of smelling this. But technically that's what it's meant to happen. I don't know whether I should have put the whole bit of oil in, but that's like too much waste, but yeah, here we are. I think now technically if I start cooking over the time, they will season themselves anyway, because you will put the oil anyway. When you stir fry something, you put the oil anyway, and because of the acid, it shouldn't really have effect in this now because it's actually burnt on. So I'm going to turn this guy off. So technically now, yes, I can start doing this and hopefully it'll weather on. But that's apparently how do you manage to season a brand new wok. And yeah, this is meant to be a quite posh one. It's a good size. So bring on the summer, bring on the spring, bring on some curries into season wok. I did kind of expect this to be a little bit more, what do you call it? A bit more universal, considering it's on the gas hob. I do have some white gaps in between though, which I really don't understand why. It's literally caked in oil, so it should really... So I'm just struggling, I don't want to breathe this in. It should really sort of gone black all the way, but it really didn't. But yeah, anyway, this is my attempt at doing that, so I'll leave this at that and see what happens to this over time. Over and out. Right, so the wok is still there, and I suddenly thought, because it's coming up to a spring and we're going to start using the barbecue really soon, it's been sitting there for a while and it's gone a bit, you know, a bit tired looking. So before I want to put anything on the cast iron plates, I would like to give it a good fry off of nice heat. So whilst I still have this oil that's now deemed redundant from the wok, I'm just going to brush on this oil onto the cast iron plates and actually sizzle that off. Just get this basically ready for the season. We do love to barbecue big time, especially in the quiet days like today. Although we haven't done a barbecue because barbecue is a bit grubby, but when the business is quiet we do spend a lot of times outside. So I'm gonna get onto this and get this prepped. Okay, so this is my wok with that dirty oil. So rather than me throwing this away, and you can see this here, it's a bit rusty. You cannot, and we've tried to scrub them off. It doesn't work. The cast iron plates, they just become what they are. So I've got this scabby little brush, and then you're gonna brush off that oil onto the grill. And basically the fire will catch the oil and burn off all any rust or any other random bits, and creates the same kind of surface you want with the wok. Could use any brush really. I would pour it on, but then we're gonna have a fire. I've done this before, so it's not it works really well. Just don't want to waste the oil really, you know, on the wok. It's like painting, look at that. It's like painting. These cast iron plates never last. They never go like sort of shiny. You could never, if you want to be really anal and sort of keep them really shiny, you have to scrub them every time you cooked. But by the time you cooked, generally, as you know, if you had the barbecues, you really don't really want to be standing there scrubbing your cast iron plates for half a day, do you? That's not the idea of a nice barbecue. You cook, you eat, you drink, you go to sleep. Yeah, the barbecue could be nightmare to get clean, but I miss the charcoal. We used to have a charcoal barbecue. Kind of miss this a little bit, but at least this way you can cook something for breakfast and don't have to be stinking of sorry, point you out. Don't be stinking of the charcoal. Pluses and minuses. I remember one last year, I think who was this? Lidl did the barbecue and I had the best of both. It's like half and half. You can have gas and have charcoal, and I missed out. I really wanted one because I do miss that smell sometimes, you know. Don't have to do this all the time, but you kind of want to have the barbecue smell. Right, okay, I think I've done a lot. Let's hope it's all nice and glistening. Okay, let's hope we're not going to catch fire, shall we? One at a time. Off we go. It's not dripping, so it should not sort of create any chaos, but we had ones before, had an issue where the I did a roast duck, and I had this in the barbecue, and you can see by the sides in there, it was the 2 ducks on the little rotisserie thing here, and they caught fire whilst we were not looking. It was literally a split second or split couple of minutes between me checking on them and it's been okay. And when we came back, the barbecue was absolutely black. The window couldn't see through, so I thought the barbecue broke. In fact, when I opened, I saw 2 charcoaled ducks, and that was that. I had to just pop out for a minute, but here we are, look at that. Nice and glistening, and you can see all the rusty stuff. It's getting better. It's smoking like a bugger, but it's what you want. Again, it's a waste of gas, but I don't think you notice, but gas is actually cheaper in the winter, for obvious reasons, I suppose. No barbecuers. But yeah, sorry, as I was saying about the duck, sorry I got interrupted. The duck caught fire without us realising, and apparently we had the blazes coming out of the whole side of the barbecue. And we had a gazebo, we had curtains, and luckily they did not caught fire. I'm really surprised, we're both surprised that the glass didn't burst in the barbecue and everything, because the fire must have been immense, but it survived, and thank God we haven't had any casualties. But it's, you know, all the heat now gonna burn off all the bugger stuff here, and we shall be ready for the season of barbecuing. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna see a few of us after the long day at work, or short day at work, of barbecuing outside. Maybe with some recipes, who knows? Should probably turn this around and say probably you're gonna see us, I'm sure not probably, definitely you'll see us outside after work, after the pallets or God knows what else, sitting outside doing the barbecues, maybe with some recipes, because we love cooking. So it's basically going to end up being the channel of our life of working and having fun with the baby. Over and out. Please do subscribe if you like us, or if you don't, just do anyway. And we'll see you soon. Bye bye.